It's MPJ time. It's new rock album review time. I'm back with the gang. It's episode 12 of our January 2025 reviews. And we've lost Dave, but still got my gang with Paul, with Andy, and with Trish. So we review all the latest rock albums, rated by 5. We're going to get into our Hall of Fame. We're going to get into our shortlist for Album of the Year. Today's offering is Beyond Unbroken and their album Destruction. Let's find out. If you want to know more about the band, please go into read the bio, so it'll all be in there. I won't bore you with a 3-minute monologue as to who they are, and I'm sure some of our reviewers might give you a bit more of an insight. So Trish, let's start with you, shall we? Beyond Unbroken and their album Destruction. We've never reviewed it before. This is their first time. What do you think?
So, metalcore is a genre of music that I've come to really appreciate and enjoy over the past year. Beyond Broken's album Destruction has engaged me and kept my interest in this genre of music. The patchwork experimental use of their metalcore sound mixed with rock, pop, alternative rock sounds, growl vocals that then blend into harmonised vocals akin to Bad Omen vibes, but still having their own distinct sound. Halo, the duet with Whitney Payton, I love the mix of the rap in it, and again it shows the diversity and not being afraid to try different sounds. This album has been put on repeat as I got lost in the music, and before I knew it the album had ended, which made me feel I'd missed bits, but I hadn't. It's just that's what this album does to you, transports you to another world. It's a world beyond what I was expecting.
Well, somebody was beyond help, but we'll go to him anyway. Paul, what do you think about Beyond and Destruction?
Beyond Helper, okay. So American rockers Beyond Unbroken is spearheaded by blood in the form of brothers Monte and Michael Money. The latest album Destruction is a heady mix of metalcore and boy band rock sounds. When this heady mix comes off in songs like Dance with the Dead, it is remarkably fresh and different. When they don't, you wonder what the hell you're listening to. And what the band really want to be, as they lean heavily towards the boy band sound in the latter part of the album. Having said that, there's a lot of promise here. This is not a boring album. It is diverse, if a little too diverse. I hope the band continue to be in a progressive manner, as they will be one to watch out for in the future.
Andy, what do you think?
Hi. I didn't think I was actually going to like this too much when it sort of started. But the more I got into it, the more I actually did enjoy parts of it. I mean, I've got to take and leave some bits of it which are a bit too sort of like heavy, but yeah, the screamo bits which come in through for it a little bit, coming through. But I did enjoy it. It was varied. It's an ambitious album. It goes through quite a lot of different areas. So I think it was very solid, but not quite my cup of tea, but I did enjoy it.
Yeah, I think I agree with Paul and Andy there. I think there are some elements of this to enjoy and other elements that I didn't. Bizarrely, I think if I listened to the album, I would put it maybe onto the other stage, who more into that metalcore fan. But it then did go into, Paul's right, into that boy band kind of rock kind of genre, which I then started to like. And I actually agree with both what Andy and Paul said in terms of there was a lot of promise there, but there was a bit too much diversity. I think I got a little bit annoyed that they actually go, well, you're mixing metalcore right the way through the album rather than just picking it as and when you wanted to pick it. So even though I didn't like the metalcore, I got quite annoyed that they kind of just ditched it as if it never existed in their flavour of their music. Because some of the bands I've kind of listened to, like you think like Linkin Park, who absolutely smashed with their new album, and they kept true to keeping that metalcore kind of hip hop right way through the album, but being diverse. I think they just need a bit of fine tuning and a balance in terms of what their sound is, because the metalcore, I kind of like metalcore that does accentuate the songs, and sometimes that was a bit too much. Other times, just about. I think Paul's right. I think there's a lot of promise there. Just didn't quite hit my sweet spot, but it did have enough to keep me going and keep me listening as well. So yeah. So not bad. Not bad. I think is kind of the verdict there. We go from that one. But let's find out from our panel, and let's find out. What we all thought, and if we did hit our Hall of Fame. Paul, let's start with you.
I give it 3 stars.
Did you? Andy, what did you give it?
I gave it a respectable 3 as well.
Do you know something? Dave also gave it a 3. And do you know something more? Cully also gave it a 3.
Wow.
And do you know something else? I also give it a 3. Now, I would just say that never...
Do you know something? I got a feeling the way it's going that Trish didn't give it a 3.
I know. Don't blow my thunder! How dare you! How dare you! Would it be the first time that all of our panel give a score the same? It does give 5 3s, which is bizarre. I don't think that we've had an album that got 5 scores. Trish, what did you give it?
I gave it a 4.5.
So, let's ditch the top score.
No, don't you dare!
Well, we're obviously dropping Cully's score because he wasn't here. Right, because that's been the theme of it. But a very, very respectable score of 16.5, 3.3. I thought there's a lot of promise here, isn't there, chaps? Really, I was just going for. I'm still thrown by the fact that we have 5 3s. It's very unusual. So there we go. And we're all agreed. Yay! Ta-da! Anyway, thank you very much. That's the wrap for January 2025. We got 5 albums into our Hall of Fame. Linkin Park was our #1 album of the month with a 4.8. Brothers of Metal with a 4.3. Poppy with a 4.1. And Dominion and Tungsten with 4s. Cure was our bottom album with 2.5 in terms of albums. So, but every album scored more than 2.5, which again, pretty solid stuff as well. We will be back in February with all the latest albums. Do you agree with what we just said about Beyond Unbroken? Please leave a comment. Hey, why not like and subscribe? Keep our support up. Thank you very much. We love doing the show. And thank you to my panel, to the absent Dave and Chris, to my wonderful Andy, to Trish and to Paul. Keep on rocking. Goodbye for now, everybody. Keep safe.
Bye.
Bye.